Welcome back. This video will talk about how to create meetings. This is for presenters. We'll start out by going to the Meetings tab and click on Create a Meeting. Give this a meeting name. I'm going to call this one Demo Meeting. Give it a meeting description. Here I put a demonstration of the TACLAN Connect application. Do you want it to begin automatically, or would you like to start it manually? Yes for automatic and no for manual. Shall we open the presenter windows when a student joins? So if a student comes in late, shall we have the windows open up on his client? So that's a yes or no. Next is, when will the session be marked as complete? If this session is for a one-time occurrence, when the last attendee exits, that's when it will be marked as complete, and all the attendees that were in the meeting will be tabulated, and they'll be found under the reports section. Or if it is a meeting that you feel like you need to keep open for people that may need to redo the meeting, mark it as when the presenter marks it as complete. Is the presenter required to be in the meeting? You can select yes or no depending on your preference. And meeting notes. This is handy for organizations that are not using voice over IP. They can put the teleconference info. The start date, if you leave it blank, it's available immediately. But if you need it to only be available when you are ready to launch the meeting, just plug in the date and the time for the meeting. Here under audio settings, if your organization is using voice over IP, this will be enabled, so you can choose to use voice over IP for this particular meeting, and you can either use it in lecture mode, recognize attendee mode, or open discussion mode. The next item is registration type, and we have private, protected, and public. Since this is a closed system, all meetings at a minimum are private, so you have to have an attendee account to be able to view the meeting. You can invite a guest, and we'll talk about that later, but typically everybody that has access to the site can attend meetings. Protected meetings are going to be those that are for only specific personnel to attend. So if they are listed there under the protected meeting section, only they will be able to see it. And we'll demonstrate that in a second. Lastly is public. The only difference is that it shows the registration for the meeting on the public login, and that's an admin function that we'll cover. So let's take a look. We could just click private. If we want to disable any features, we can do that here and click create meeting. The meeting is now created, and you can see it has been given its own meeting ID, and it will appear on the dashboard for the presenter. It appears here on the presenter's registered meetings tab because this is one of the presenter's meetings that has been created. Other personnel in the company will find this meeting on their available meetings tab.